The Hungarian government's anti-immigrant rhetoric was furthered when a senior official said Budapest would bus illegal migrants to Brussels.
Az Európai Unió, Brüsszel arra akarja kényszeríteni Magyarországot, hogy engedjük be azokat az illegális migránsokat, akiket eddig feltartóztattunk, akiket eddig 1 millió alkalommal tartóztattunk föl a magyar déli határnál, akkor Magyarország az európai eljárásrend lefolytatása után felajánlja ezeknek az illegális migránsoknak, hogy önkéntesen, ingyenesen, egy útra, akkor Brüsszelbe
Wow, 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 folks. In a Ron DeSantis-like move, Hungary basically gives the middle finger to the European Union and to basically Brussels and says, you know, F you. You do not determine the borders for our country. And if you're going to go ahead and fine us 200 million euros, well, guess what? You can take the migrants because we can't. Folks, you're listening to the Dr. Nasser Sheikh Show and watching us as well. I'm your host, Dr. Nasser. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, like, share, and follow us. Let's get back to more of this article. And basically it says here, Hungary on Friday confirmed its intentions to send migrants to Brussels in protest of the European rules on accepting asylum seekers. So the European Union, of which they're part of, basically makes the rules of what we always say, rules for thee, but not for we, and has forced these countries to say, you must take in migrants. You must take in people from other countries, even at a detriment to your own people, to your own country, to your own borders. Now, I'm trying to pronounce this here. Rétvári Bence, Hungary's Deputy Minister of Interior, held a press conference, which you just saw, flanked by the buses, basically saying the country's plan was to provide free fare for migrants on the bus en route to the EU's capital. It's the latest in a long disagreement between Hungary and the EU over asylum seekers. Several days, Hungary missed the first deadline for its payment of 200 million over violations of EU refugee regulations. As far as I'm concerned, you know what? They shouldn't pay them a single penny. That's right. Absolutely. Hungary has been a vocal opponent of EU laws requiring nations to accept refugees and asylum seekers. Just after Bence announced a busing plan, Prime Minister Viktor Orban posted to X. And here's what he said. This summer has proved that immigration is tearing the European Union apart. Let Hungary and others have an opt-out of the common migration policy. Absolutely true. Hungary introduced its plan to bus migrants to Brussels in August after it was ordered to pay a $200 million fine. According to Bence, Hence is now close to implementing that plan. He said that Hungary's fight against migrants has always been about national security. We want to protect the border. We want to protect Hungary's security. Folks, the first job of a government and its leader should always be about that, protecting your border, protecting Hungary, your own security, in this case, Hungary's security. And a country should be able to decide its own sovereignty and decide who it wants to accept and who it doesn't want to accept. What they think is best for themselves and their citizens, not to be told by others in terms of what to do. So I love this. I love this. I guess he took a page from the Ron DeSantis and the the governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, what they did. And just to raise the awareness of the situation, that look at what it's doing to the countries, or in the case of America, to the states where the crisis is really unfolding. And so my hats are off to Hungary. You know what? It's up to each and individual country. They want to do it and have a system where you can slowly take in, refugees and asylum seekers and other people from other countries, from war-torn areas. Look, the whole world wants to, where they are, in areas of places in the world where they don't want to be. And they want to move to countries in the West for the same things that these citizens have. But you just can't be taking in hundreds and hundreds of thousands, millions of people without disruptions occurring, without culture changing, without all the problems that they're bringing into the new country. So Hungary is basically just saying to itself, listen, we want to remain Hungary. And it is our right, it is our duty. And if your rules and applications are that you want to accept migrants and asylum seekers and refugees, then by all means, put your money where your mouth is and you do it. Don't force it upon us. Anyways, folks, we appreciate you taking the time to watch. You've been watching and listening to the Dr. Nasser Sheikh Show. I'm your host. My name is Dr. Nasser. Put your comments down below. Do you agree with Hungary? Do you agree with Viktor Orban? Or do you agree with the EU? I'll be looking forward to your comments and your sharing. In the meantime, my final thought is always, when you're right, and when you're left, you're wrong. Until next time, folks, take care and stay safe.